Welcome, this is episode 14 and it's Squarespace flaws. So the first thing to say is that Squarespace has a lot of plus points. It's a great little system. You can get content up there and get a website up there very quickly. It's cost effective. It's a fantastic editor with the fluid engine options in there. The whole UI of the system is really good, easy to use. You've got some great templates to work from, albeit some of the sections are so commonly used that you kind of notice them on other websites, but there are great templates there to work from. Easy to use, as I've mentioned, and it's got a good overall feature set. If you think about the recently added courses option, they're continually improving Squarespace as it develops on, and it's great to see. It's not the perfect system, however. One thing I would say is the hosting and the general performance of the site. If you look at the stats there, that's on a mobile test, but it's only got 45 on Google Page Insights, Speed Insights, and it could be improved. If I'm from the UK, as you can probably tell from my accent, but ideally we wouldn't have sites hosted in the States if the majority of the visitors to the website are from the UK. So it'd be great to have a UK option for Squarespace. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. It's the same for your other locations in the world. If you're in Australia, you wouldn't want this server to be located in the US either. Going to the Pacific, across the Pacific and back. So performance is not particularly great on hosting. It's not absolutely dreadful. You get a lot lower scores than that, but it could be improved, and hosting would help a little bit anyway with performance there. And less is the CSS preprocessor. Most developers prefer SAS. I definitely prefer SAS over less, but it does similar things, and it's okay, I guess. It's just not an ideal scenario of running SAS. And there's no dev environment. I mentioned this in the Craft CMS Against Squarespace video. Ideally, when you're building a website, the kind of development background that I'm kind of from, you want to try and test everything on your local computer or even a staging server as well, which is just like a test server. Make sure everything's correct and then transfer that or put the changes live to the live site. It's just not an option in Squarespace, unfortunately. It's just how it works. Not the end of the world, I guess, but in an ideal scenario, you want to have a local and development setup. Subpages, it would be great to have more than one level of drop down. At the moment you can do one level, but you can't do two. If you look at Media Surgery, I've got some popular pages there, so that's 2 levels deep of navigation. It would be great to have something like that in Squarespace. So just add to the options and the number of pages you could have that are easier accessible by the user. Next is file support. I'm sure these will be supported over time, but it would be great to see some video support for WebM, which is quite a popular format now these days, and also image support for SVG, certainly for logos, and also other images throughout the site, and also WebP. WebP is just a lot more performant than JPEGs. It's just a smaller file size, and they optimize just a lot better. So it'd be great to see that. Next is variables. It would be great to have some kind of, I know this would be against the way it kind of works at the moment and adding in kind of content pieces, but it would be great to have some kind of variable support, just so you could maybe drop some different pieces of content throughout the site, then refer to them in one place rather than repeating the content over and over. Just make it a little bit easier. But I guess that is quite a kind of fundamental thing that would have to change with Squarespace, and kind of going back to previous versions. I don't think they'll do that, but it would be nice to see in some time. Backup facility would be great. It would just be a great feel to think that you've made your updates on your site and you've got a full backup of what you've done. You can re-upload that back. There's no kind of full backup system. You can certainly back up pages by duplicating them and saving your sections, but it's not a full backup. It would be maybe nice to see that, I think, possibly in the future. Next is HTML. It would be fantastic to get into some of the HTML. Again, though, I totally appreciate that is against how the whole kind of system works at the moment. You only get access really into your custom HTML you can add in, but you don't get to access any of the other HTML apart from that. But yeah, that would be a big move. I don't think that'll happen anytime soon, but just from a development point of view, it is very handy to get into some more of the HTML and just modify it, and then go ahead and make updates through JavaScript and CSS. That covers this short video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any points you'd love to see in future versions of Squarespace, certainly leave a comment in the YouTube video, and I'll put all these notes on the mediasurgery.co.uk website. Thanks for watching, and talk soon.